Fight!
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Season 6, Episode 6 of the MKAU podcast. We've got Subby back again. We've had a little brief hiatus, but we're back. Subby's back as per usual. We've got Farquad coming back again. And for a first-time appearance, we have got Paulie. What's going on, guys?
Good.
There we go.
No, good.
Good. What's everyone been up to? Start with you, Paulie.
Streaming, working, gaming. That's pretty much it.
What are you playing at the moment, Paulie?
Still on FC24. It's really bad. I'm still on that. And as of late, I've been doing some of the Gears of War game, preparing for E-Day when it comes out.
When's that come out? No date?
No date yet. Yeah, no date yet.
You've been playing a bit of college football too, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
I reviewed it and I absolutely loved it and thought it was definitely something that was missing from the sporting games. Would you agree?
Yeah. It's been missing a while for like last 10 years, you know.
Yeah.
Because EA has been focused on Madden. They lost that college license as well. 10 years is like a long wait for it to come back. You can say EA's passed with flying colors, even though it's a bit of a reskin of Madden with some better gameplay mechanics. But other than that, I'm really enjoying it as well. Versity is not a easy difficulty to play against. The AI is very frustrating to play against at times too.
I did find sometimes the AI, they do some like really whack things to make sure you were stopping, and I was like, really? Come on.
But, yeah. I've noticed if you play away, the teams you play against are much more harder than you're playing at home. It
was one of the things that EA actually added in, and it was part of the review criteria thing that we had to follow. That the AI difficulty, if you were playing as an away team at someone's home, the difficulty was harder because you had that home ground advantage and the home ground like your fans and whatnot. So which I thought was a really nice touch.
Yeah, they've added that implementation since the last few Madden games, where if you start as the home team, you have a bit of an advantage. If you play really bad, then the away team gets to have an advantage as well, and then you have to pretty much fight your way back to get back the home advantage as well to help out.
Oh, awesome. What about you, Farquad? What have you been up to?
Dude, I've been super busy. We just started the charity run, which we're doing now for the live streams for Beyond Blue, which is awesome. I've been playing a lot of VR recently, doing some custom Beat Saber and a couple of review games and stuff, which will be up soon, which is really nice. Broke a VR headset, and aside from that, mate, just doing the whole life stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
Going through it.
What about you, Subby? What have you been up to?
I've been playing Siege and X-Defiant, and that's it. That's all I play, bro. That's all I do.
Living the life.
Have you seen the man on TikTok? He's got a sniper video, a bunch of sniper videos, with music in the background.
They're a good watch, actually.
Sniper god tier.
Yes, check out my TikTok.
Yeah, check out his TikTok. He's got a lot of sniping footage if you want. From you can say from Rainbow Six to Sniper Elite to X-Defiant. Coming soon, Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Yeah, actually, I was looking at I know we're not talking about Black Ops tonight, but I have watched a bit of a leaked.
I did see that
gameplay running around tomorrow. Running around at the moment. Black Ops levels, kill streaks, the new Omni movement mechanic. It all looks it's all looking pretty good.
I saw it too. It made me very keen.
I'll have to check it out.
I think you need to hire Paulie as your advertiser too, by the way. That was a bit of a hype up.
That was a good hype up.
I'm a big wrestling fan, man. What can I say? Gotta hype up the crowd,
I've honestly been doing the same. I've been playing Rainbow Six, X-Defiant. Have been dabbling a bit in Farming Simulator. I've been having good fun with that. I've even got Stace hooked on that. So that's one person I didn't think was ever going to play Farming Sim. Um, got a few things in the works with MK, which should be hopefully coming out soon. Just getting all the ducks in a row before I take it to subby. And like Farcod said, we've started a charity run for Beyond Blue, which is running for the month of August, so that should be good. And hopefully, from what a few people have sent me, there's a couple of cool stream ideas planned out for the month, so should be pretty sweet. Talking about games in general. Obviously, Gamescom's coming up. There's been a few, let's say, teasers with announcements of what people are bringing to Gamescom, what we can expect. Putting those aside, what do you guys think is something we should be looking forward to in Gamescom, or think maybe something's getting announced? I'll start with you, Paulie, because I know it's nothing.
FC25 is getting announced. No, I'm joking. Yeah, we already know that's going to be showed off at Gamescom anyway. But I want to see something new. We've already back in June we got a bunch of all the Xbox stuff. But at the moment, I'm just wondering, is Nintendo going to showcase something? A certain new console by now. But then again, they've been very, very tight-lipped. Sony's been, I would say, hasn't been a crazy announcement year for them this year. I'm also waiting to see if Capcom's going to finally announce that so-called Resident Evil Code Veronica remake, and hopefully a Dino Crisis remake. It's only been 25 years, since we've had Dino Crisis. I think it's time. Extra Primal wasn't the dinosaur game that we wanted. Capcom, we wanted Dino Crisis, not space shooters with dinosaurs. So yeah, hopefully, we get something new. Because I feel like this year we haven't been fed as much as last year. Last year we got fed a lot of games. Like I'm still trying to go through my backlog of last year. Like, because last year was just everything just kept coming out. Every month you just had a release. And it was to the point you're like, damn, I can't even catch up. And then this year hasn't been a strong year for releases. It's like maybe 2 titles every 2 months, and then you just forget about it, and then you're like, cool, I can finally try and get back to my backlog from last year. But now we're entering, August, and August till Christmas is when everything starts to all come out at once, so it's all gonna hit us all at once. So it's gonna be like a new, like for me, September, maybe late August, I've got too many stuff coming out. Star Wars, I've got NBA, and then I've got so on, and FC, and then pretty much it's just gonna keep going and going. Yeah. So it's gonna be a crazy, and then don't forget Black Ops 6. We're all looking forward to it as well. I usually play the campaigns. Not many people play the campaign. They just go into multiplayer. But I'm looking forward to playing this new campaign and playing zombies. Hopefully with you guys as well. Subby can have his sniper montage as well.
I've never really been big on COD sniping because it's just so different, and I'm not good at it. But hey, look, I'm a bit of a god now. I'll give it a go.
Never say never, mate.
Yeah, exactly. You're never too old.
Yeah. So hopefully I can jump in and play, a few maps with you guys as well when it comes out. Luckily it's on Game Pass as well, and all of us, I think we all have Game Pass, so we'll be there day one.
It'd be crazy not to have Game Pass.
Oh yeah, it's
value
a great
for money.
Value for money in gaming right now.
What about you, Farcod? What do you sort of think we're going to be expecting from Gamescom, or hope to expect from Gamescom?
I don't know. I'm really keen to actually see some new stuff from SNK. I saw them up on the showcase list, and I'm like, oh, I'm missing out on some really cool arcade action. There's not really a great deal of stuff. Like I'm with Paulie. I want to see new stuff. We've been treated with so many remasters and remakes over the last couple of years that it's really, really time for new ideas, and I'm actually keen to see what the indie devs are bringing to the table. Like mostly. Also want to see some new tech. Like really keen on some new devices. Maybe
Do they have
even
a lot
some
of
new
that at
accessories and
Gamescom?
stuff. There's a few. Asus are going to be there. AMD are going to be there. So I can only imagine that they've got some some new gear to show us, whether it be new processors or graphics cards or whatever. I'm still keen for new gear to be shown off and see what happens.
What about you, Subby? What do you reckon?
I don't know. Xbox, a lot of the stuff that Xbox have already said there, it just looks like a lot of gameplay, the stuff they've already announced and stuff they've already shown gameplay for. Like, I don't know, what was there? Stalker, which I got disappointed with last time. I was excited for it. Now I'm not too much. This looks a bit dated, to be honest. They did originally. I heard somewhere they were mentioning Arc 2. Xbox were. Well, I'm not a big Arc player, but we know some people are. Arc 2 might be announced or shown finally at Gamescom, so that'll be interesting. And there's all rumors around about new Battlefield in the works.
That'd be nice.
So that would be good. They claimed it to be the most ambitious, just like every company does, the most ambitious Battlefield to date.
Got AAA title.
So Battlefield would be cool to see, but yeah, I'm the same. I'd like to see something different, something new. None of this, no more remasters. We've seen gameplay for stuff already. Stop showing it.
Yeah.
Give us a glimpse. Give us a glimpse of the first half of next year. Announce some stuff.
It makes me wonder though that these types of things that like Gamescom, obviously, yeah, we know Black Ops is coming out, or yeah, we know there's the Stalker, or any game like that. I feel like that's their way of saying, okay, we're going to give you this little bit more snippet of the game and get you really keen, so you do pre-order the game. Because there's some games that come out now, and you're like, yeah, they're sort of releasing, like, oh, I completely forgot that it was even coming out. Like, there was no sort of hype behind the game. Actually, good example, Madden, for instance. They put college football and Madden so close together in their release dates. I'll still get Madden, don't get me wrong, but it's like there's no one's talking about Madden like they would have been last year because everyone's in college football at the moment because it's that new experience for them, I guess. But
the biggest thing with Madden this year is that it's got the best looking man on the cover on Madden history, which is Christian McCaffrey, and to because Subby mentioned Stalker too. Don't forget how long we've been waiting for that game to come out.
Yeah, I know, but the game, what they showed last time at wherever it was, Game Awards, whatever it was, it just looked so generic.
Yeah,
I'd really love to see some more.
It was one of the only titles I was looking forward to playing, but I'm not at all now.
I think games now have turned into that sort of mindset is if they don't come out and they wow, say an hour, you're not going to touch it again. Or if that gameplay you see doesn't wow, you're not even going to pick it up unless it's free on Game Pass. Like I don't know.
Something that's also holding me back from even pre-ordering is the pricing right now is freaking ridiculous. Like some of the pre-order prices are just just crazy. The biggest offender of this is Ubisoft's stuff at the moment. They're just horrendously priced. Yeah, really like me being a digital gamer specifically, like it's just not worth it for us to warrant paying for a pre-order. Like the bonuses aren't anywhere near as good as they could be or should be for that sort of amount of money. Near $200 for a couple of digital collectibles is just not. It's not enough. Far from it.
Yeah.
So that it kind of makes me think twice about getting a pre-order. There are a couple that I'm really looking forward to, like Space Marine 2. I can't wait for that. I love Warhammer games; they're amazing. So it'd be, I don't know. I'm still holding off on even that, just because the pricing and stuff at the moment is just getting a little bit out of hand.
I don't think the pricing is going to stop there either, mate. I think it's going to keep going up, unfortunately.
They're probably going up. They're going to go up probably. I wouldn't be surprised. Speaking of, because Farquaad mentioned the Ubisoft thing, just remember they've got 4 different pricings for their digital games. So it's a standard edition, limited edition, then a gold edition, and the ultimate
Mhm.
edition. And the ultimate edition is the top of the range. It's just for an extra few items. That's all it is. Like if you look at what they've done for the last few years with their games as well, and it sucks to be a digital owner because if you buy something at retail, sometimes you get $10-$20 cheaper. But a digital owner, like you're paying more for it because you're paying the RRP, which is really annoying as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Talking about digital games, I read something the other day. It was something to do with what happened if you passed away, like your Steam. So if you buy a digital game, you don't technically own it. You're leasing the game. You're leasing a license.
The license,
game.
a digital license.
Yeah. But it's the same, technically the same as a disc game as well. As soon as you start playing it, you're playing a leased version, like a leased licensed version of the game, but you've paid for it. It's anyway.
Yeah.
Talking about money. And
Yes, please. I'll take some.
This sounds like a repeat pattern was going to Paulie first.
Oh.
Paulie's the retail man here.
This week, EB Games, for Australian listeners, has released a new subscription service. Which, if you look at it, I was talking to somebody about it the other night. If you look at it, there's not really that much benefit to joining it.
No.
At all, apart from if you buy 5 shirts, you get 1 for free or whatever.
Look. If you buy a lot of shirts at EB, okay, fair enough. If you buy all your booster packs or whatever that is at EB, okay, fine. What else were they doing? I can't even remember.
I'm looking at it now. Okay, so the thing is $49, just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
It's $49. You get a free gift. They don't say what it is. You
Yes,
buy
they do.
10
They do say what it is.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
It
it's
just
there
says free
somewhere.
gift. Actually, I see it. Yeah. It's a bowl
Bowl or
that's
something.
worth $30. It's a
Yes, there you
noodle bowl
go.
worth $30. And then you buy 10 boosters, you get 1 free. That booster valued up to $15. Buy 10 pop vinyls and you get 1 free. The free one's up to $30. Buy 10 clothing, get 1 free. Clothing's worth to $70, and then buy 10 socks, get 1 free socks. That's worth up to $10, and then you get 5% off if you buy, buying EB game cards or anything, any digital game cards. Extra 5% trade value and double the carrots as well. So that's what you get.
Double the carrots would be good if around times when you're buying new consoles and stuff like that. If you go and buy them from EB.
Yeah.
Well, everyone in MK
but
loves
the carrot currency is pointless anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, it's rough.
I don't see. My argument with the whole thing is I don't know why they could not build it into EB World as it is. You should have that incentive if you're level 3, 4, 5, whatever. You go and buy 5 shirts, you should be able to get 1 for free without paying the $50 a year or whatever it is. But I looked into it, and to me, it doesn't feel like it has that much benefit to it.
Like these are all deals.
I don't think I've ever bought a shirt
These are all
at EB
deals
Games.
that places do regularly.
This is a coffee shop.
But instead of having to spend money on 10 shirts just to get a free one, people do. Buy 2 shirts to get the third one free. Like people, stores do this all the time, all year round, and even EB, I'm pretty sure does it. So why all of a sudden now you have to buy 10 shirts to get a free one?
Yeah,
that's like the pop vinyls, for instance. Okay, they're not all $20, obviously, but you mark them all $20. They spend $200 to get a $20 pop vinyl. But fair enough, someone that collects lots of pop vinyls, that may be a beneficial thing.
If you're someone who shops at EB, buys a lot of shirts, buys a lot of pops, you might find a benefit out of it, maybe.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you're paying $50 a year. You have to spend so much money on shirts just to get a free one. You got to spend even more money on pops to get a free one. It's just like
I would have.
Who is doing
it's starting
this?
to look like a friggin' Kogan Plus or something like that. Like the way that the landscape is going too. Like there's tons more items available on the EB World or EB Games freaking website than there is actually in store. So I kind of see like maybe their landscape is changing and they're starting to take more and more things online rather than in the shops because like their parent company in the States, most of it's closed down. So the fact that they're even still here in Australia is another thing. They're probably just trying to keep the lights on, but there's just no benefit.
I wouldn't care so much if it gave you more benefits like early access to a pre-order or like something big like a new PlayStation or Xbox or something like that. Like early access pre-orders for that or exclusive access to limited edition things that only EB Games can get, and if you're an EB World member, you can only get it that way or something. I could see some sort of benefit of it there, but again, it's not that.
As an EB World in the past, when I used to buy a lot, 4 or a 5 member, you know how you were meant to always get like you got links to things before they went to public to pre-order stuff. That never even happened. They can't even look after customers that spend so much money there that are level 4 and 5, and they can't even give them at least an hour of an additional pre-order time before it goes live. It's just it's crazy to me. Instead, fuck your loyalty. We'll just give you give us another $50 and we'll give you a bowl.
Before I went digital, I was spending probably close to about 10K a year at EB.
You know how much money you got to spend there to get level 5? It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
I made it once.
Yeah,
I made it once, and that was because I was buying
like
every single
15
limited
years
edition
that I've been shopping there.
Xbox, every single arcade machine they were releasing, every single limited edition game collector's edition they were releasing, and I just made it to level 5.
And then you met Paulie.
Oh, if
And
you
now
want
I
to
just get Paulie to send me links.
if you want to laugh at this, I missed out level 5 last year by 50 points last year.
So bad. It's so useless.
But here's the funny thing. So you know how we were talking about this $49 thing. This is gonna be funny when I tell you guys this. This isn't the first time they've ever done this. So the first time they ever did EB World back in 2011. So there was a deal that they had. If you wanted, because you remember when they did EB World for the first time, so you started off level 1. Back then they had an incentive. If you paid $50, you skip to level 4, and then you get all those perks. The 20%.
How much? How much?
It was $50 as well. It was $50 in 2011. Because I remember this very, very well. Because what happened was I did trade-ins before the whole EB World thing happened. And luckily, one of my friends who worked there, it was because of the Starlight Foundation. You know how they do that Starlight Foundation? They double up the trade value. So I ended up having $44,000 worth of trade-in credit at my local EB store because of my mate. He's like, "Hey man, you got a bunch of games you're not playing?" I'm like, "Yeah, come bring them in, man. We get high trade value." And of course, the store, because they got the highest value, pretty much they won the whole company's competition. And the week after that, they enforced the new EB World system. With the level 1s to 4, and back then, if you paid $50, you jump up to level 4 right away, and you also got 12-month subscription to Game Informer. Rest in peace, Game Informer.
Oh yes, I do.
Well,
yes, that this ended this week. So that as I said, it's not the first time they've done it. So they've done it back in 2011, and then once they stopped getting magazines from Game Informer, that's when they did this system where the more the customer keeps spending, the more they'll, like whatever level they'll be on that level at EB World. So yeah, this isn't the first time they've done it. So they've done it in 2011.
You think you'd learn after the first time?
I mean, it's scraping the barrel, isn't
it?
Really
you know what? They did the original Fortnite level skip like 13 years in advance. Okay, they did that 13 years in advance.
Oh, that's bad.
What are they going to do when it's more and more digital?
Yeah, well. But we'll talk more about this later, obviously, but it's it's getting to the point now you don't even particularly want to buy collector's editions of games in physical. Like, there's no incentive to want to buy them because you don't get like the cool statues and Juggernaut fridges or whatever like you could get before.
You don't get the cool stuff. They don't do it
Or
anymore.
night vision, man. The
Night
night
vision
vision
goggles.
Was it Black Ops? Was it Black
Just
Ops
talking
1
about
or
this earlier, yeah.
was it Black Ops 1 or 2? You got like literally got the RC car.
Yep.
So that
The
was
RCXT.
Black Ops 1, yeah.
I got all
yeah.
those. Yep.
Like
Yeah.
that stuff was so cool, and now it's like, oh, you can have a figurine that's this
So,
big and
Speaking
worth
of that,
$2.
so that back then you used to buy that. That collectors were what, like from $199 to $250.
Yeah.
If it was in this era now that we're in, it would be
$400,
$500 bucks
Easy.
easily.
Yeah.
Easily $500 now.
But you're sort of looking like, oh yeah, like I get night vision goggles or I get an actual whole ass RC car. You probably wouldn't care so much, but if they're going to slap a $500 thing on, you can have a steel book and a graphic novel and a couple of figurines, and we'll give you a kiss when you buy the game. Like,
But mind you,
Okay.
the steelbook that you get, you don't even get the disc inside it. You get a digital code for it as well. That's what it is now. Like with God of War, they did that with the hammer and the vinyl. You only get the code for it. You didn't even get the disc of the game. I'm like, what's the point of having the steelbook then if you don't get the disc?
put it in a bookcase and look at it.
Yeah.
Obviously, big thing in news this week is Bungie have just laid off 220 employees.
Yeah, this one's rough.
Which I don't know how happy Sony would be about. How much money they just spent on the company. Farcod, we'll start with you this time. What are your thoughts on the whole thing? I did also see a rumor that the CEO was buying classic cars. I can't confirm that.
Yeah,
that's not a reliable source, but
I have seen that that being reported a fair bit.
Yeah.
But they it looks like it was a management problem to begin with. Like they were already looking at cutting it down because they overstated their value when they sold to Sony. So, people are going to go, and it does suck. And like as the the costs of development and stuff going up, Sony are looking for value for their money and their spend. I don't think Lightfall did very well. So even not meeting those standards and not meeting those targets, people have got to be chopped for that. They've even gotten rid of a couple of the executives, which is a pretty hefty cost. So it's not just developers out of a job, but it's also some of the higher ups as well. I think they're just restructuring and trying to save some bucks so that they can continue working and keep the lights on. As like with any development studio, as work winds down too, as the game is nearing completion with all their content and stuff, and they're starting to just go into service mode, it's time for those layoffs as well. Like, and that's just the nature of the beast in development. It happens to everyone. I don't necessarily see it as such a horrible thing. Like, I think a fair few of these jobs are going to, like, they're leaving Bungie, but they're also going straight over to Sony on other development projects or whatever. So they're not so much out of jobs. They're probably a handful, maybe in total, but it's certainly a rough situation.
Do you think it's going to affect future releases for Bungie though?
I don't think
220 people. That's a lot. That's a decent chunk of people or jobs anyway, not necessarily people.
Yeah, well, like it's about 17% of the company. So
yeah,
I mean, I guess the only way to really tell is to see how their next game is turning out and churning out in the production and see if the scope changes. And I'm sure Sony will easily hand out the funds to hire some more staff if they need it. There's so many studios under that umbrella now, so they can switch people out and move them around and whatever. They've got so much talent in there. I don't. The only thing that concerns me is will we cycle back to that issue where these devs are under so much stress that they're starting to crunch again? Like dev crunch is always a thing in any development, whether you're game developing or even web design and stuff. Like crunch is a huge issue, and I think if they keep downsizing these companies, that's gonna go full circle, and we're gonna end up with those crunch issues again, and sad things happening to developers that were really talented.
Yeah. What about you, Subby? What do you think of the whole situation?
I don't know. This has just happened after Final Shape is finished, because that's the last of the Destiny 2, isn't it? That's it? No more
Yeah,
D2
that was the
content at
final
all,
DLC.
isn't it? So,
Yeah.
yeah, look, I guess, like Farquaad said, I guess this is kind of what happens. You can't just have a whole bunch of staff sitting around, I guess, doing nothing. So they start a new project, which I'm sure would have to be already started by now, surely. But
Well, you
I
think,
don't
yeah,
know.
well, you
You
think
would
it well and
you would
truly
think
be in
they've already-
development.
Yeah, you would think something's in development already, but
And I believe
who
it's
knows?
Marathon.
Yeah,
give us
Marathon.
the
That's
new
right.
Marathon.
They're working
Yeah,
on,
Marathon. Yeah, Marathon.
I don't know. Like, look, if they can go somewhere and still have a job, that's good. But I mean, yeah, you can. I don't know. I don't really follow much of Bungie stuff. I don't play Destiny as much as I used to either. So
I couldn't get into. Oh, sorry. I couldn't get into the last DLC because I haven't played enough Destiny 2, so I was
yeah,
running
you
around
kind
like
of got
Yeah,
to be pretty.
I didn't know what was going on.
You got to be regular with it, and the last lot of expansions, is pretty shit. So, I don't
Yeah,
know.
Lightfall wasn't that great.
No.
Like it really wasn't. I'm glad they've sort of turned it around with this last one, but
Yeah, this last one was pretty good. We played it for a little bit when Whippy was reviewing it, but everything a couple before that was just
yeah, the
I
story
couldn't
magic,
get in.
the story magic just seemed to disappear in the last couple, and I'm glad they turned it around. But yeah, like I saw also reported that one of the CEOs, or even both of them, that were working on a new title but set in the Destiny universe, that project had been shelved as well after their exit from the company. So that's a huge blow to the community, because that would have been amazing.
Definitely be interesting to see how it all plays out. Do you have any input, Paulie, or same as everyone else?
It just sucks for the guys. Like this year there's been a lot of layoffs this year. Like, don't forget Bethesda did a big layoff with the team that worked on Ghostwire Tokyo. It just you just kind of feel bad for those employees at Bungie as well. Like, they're in the same boat, as the Bethesda guys. Even though some might be transferred to the Sony thing, and of course you mentioned those rumors of Pete buying all those cars. I guess he's starting his own Gran Turismo garage or something, maybe. So it kind of sounds like maybe Bungie could be starting doing a new racing game. We don't know. He's been preparing, just getting a bunch
Already
of
scanning all his own cars.
scanning all his own cars. But
Classic Sparrow Racing returned.
Sparrow returns. Yeah.
Project Gotham.
Yeah, Project Gotham, bring it back.
Well, it's funny. It sort of touching more like what Farquaad and everyone's sort of saying, like people worrying about layoffs and getting laid off and that sort of thing. Like, obviously, a big thing now is AI, which has been getting absolutely plastered, and like voice actors have gone on strike because they're getting to the point now where they think their jobs are becoming more or less irrelevant. Do you think development studios are going to look down the track of using AI more for your voice acting stuff to try and save costs from actually paying an actor? Like, there's nothing saying, okay, AI might cost me $10 to make, whereas I got to go pay some voice something for it. I'm going to go take the $10 route. Well,
I mean,
do you think that, or do
they can't use someone's voice in a movie without obviously their permission, whether it's AI generated or not.
Yeah.
So, look, it'll be up to they'll either have to pay the figure that the actor wants to be paid to the voice something, or the actor might be offered, hey, Paulie, love your voice, mate. What if I offer you $500,000 if we can have the rights to it for
We're going Vegas, baby. We're going Vegas, all of us. We're
Half
going.
$500,000 bucks. Give us the rights to your voice for the next 2 movies we do or something, and you agree or don't disagree. You know what I mean? Like, there's a bit of bargaining that's going to have to start probably happening. I'd imagine. I don't know.
Is there anything saying that they can't just generate a voice like that?
Oh yeah, they
it
can.
doesn't
But it just
necessarily
depends
need to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is an interesting one because it's not just AI voice generation that they can do. Like, if you've been following along with AI, like there's AI video clips and stuff now that are just going viral, and they're
Well, there was an ad.
insanely
I want to say it was a toy company, Toy World or Lego, or someone did an entire ad from AI generated. It was completely AI generated. Their whole ad.
Yeah, it's
I don't know what
crazy.
toy company it was. It was a toy company.
The use for AI, especially in video games where difficulty is a thing. Like, imagining a world where your game is able to adapt and recognize your gameplay and then predict where you're going to attack next. Like, I think that's really exciting, and they could certainly use AI for that. But when it comes to the quality of title, that's what concerns me. It's like, okay, well, game costs are getting massive, so we're looking to cut costs. You're not going to replace those actors, because if you want the best stuff, you're going to pay for them. And yes, your game's going to be more expensive. But for an indie dev to have access to a tool set that will allow these guys, that a lot of indie games come out with no story. They don't have voice dialogues and stuff. And so, being able to increase the scope of their games at a minimal cost, I think that's pretty freaking amazing. And it gives them an opportunity to showcase exactly what they can do rather than just pieces of it. So, it's certainly a touchy subject for a lot of people, but I see the balance that could be struck, but I can also see some AAA money grubbers just going, and just rubbing their hands together, like, we'll just replace everybody with the AI, and then we'll end up seeing garbage games. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Will we though? Will we though? There's a lot of garbage out there right now.
There is.
We'll see.
It'd definitely be something. It'd definitely be interesting. I don't think it's going to necessarily be in the next 6 months, but I think over the sort of next couple of years, I think there's definitely going to be interesting to see where where development goes and what the game studios all do to try and cut corners, I guess, or save money with the ever-growing price of everything. And this last subject, I know Subby and Paulie are going to be all over it like fat kids in a cake shop.
Wow, you can't say that. Especially because you're...
Apologies. For... he didn't mean it.
What you tried to say was it's like whipping at a cake shop.
So obviously, like we sort of touched on it before, you've got your collector's editions of games that you might get merch or statues or RC cars or boxing gloves, whatever. What is, let's just say, the best one you have ever pre-ordered? We'll leave it down to one because I know Paulie's probably got 10 pages long. We'll start with you, Farquaad.
Wow.
What's the best thing?
Oh, man.
Best thing you've ever pre-ordered that came with something cool collectors-wise?
It is actually a no contest for me because I got the original Rocksmith collector's pack, which came with a Les Paul Jr. Guitar, and I still use it to this day. Yeah. So, I mean, for value for money, that guitar is to buy from the shops is about $1,200 retail. I picked up that pre-order bundle for about $250, and like by far the benefit from that is probably my favorite collectible.
Okay, that's a good one actually.
Adding to that, I got that guitar as well. That was value for money. Mind you,
Mhm.
guess what year that came out as well? 2012, 2013-ish. If it was
Yep.
now, guess how much would that would probably be now? That probably would be like
It would be the
$600,
$1,200.
yeah, $1,200. Yeah.
It would be that for
Yeah.
sure.
What about you, Subby? I know you've got a whole collection of collector stuff in your lounge
So we're
room.
talking about collector's editions of a
Yeah,
game.
just one,
Yeah.
buddy.
This one.
Look, all the COD ones were always pretty cool.
Hmm.
But one collector's edition that I used quite a lot was the... I don't know if it was a Ghost Warrior, Sniper Ghost Warrior.
Sniper
Ghost Warrior? The one that come with the drone.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Oh,
that one.
yes, yeah.
I
I
used
remember
that,
one.
and it worked really, really good. It was a really good drone.
I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I do know what you're talking about too.
Forgettable.
I should have grabbed it. I forgot to grab it.
Yeah.
I was going to grab it and bring it in to show you because I do have it. It's up on my wall actually.
Game is a bit how you go.
The game's fine, but it was probably a cool. It was a cool item for a collector's edition that you could use, and it worked very well. Like any sort of expensive drone you would buy today, really good.
Can you remember how much you spent on it, roughly?
No, but I would imagine it was around probably the 150 mark, probably. The
Okay.
game and the drone.
Yeah.
I reckon about 150. It was a long time ago. I don't even remember which one it was. I think it was. I don't know. If someone can Google it. I can't Google it because I'm recording.
Was it
but
Sniper 3 Ghost
Sniper
Elite or
Ghost
something?
Warrior 3, it might have been. Yeah, possibly.
I think that was it. Sniper Ghost Warrior 3.
Might even be able to see a price there if you Google it. But I'm sure it was around the 140 mark, 150 mark.
I'll have a quick look while.
But yeah, there's
Paulie
been a lot of
gives us
cool
his
editions of games and stuff, but that was one that I used a lot.
What about you, Paulie? I know you've been
I've got 3 items, if that's okay.
Three?
The first one was 2005 from a banned video game in Australia. The funny thing was they gave out the item after you pre-order it. It was a game called Mark Echo's Getting Up, the graffitiing game. And what happened was the game got banned in Australia. And when you did a pre-order at EB, they were giving out Mark Echo hats. So luckily I pre-ordered it, and they gave out the hat to me. And then I got a phone call a few weeks later saying the game got banned in Australia. Unfortunately, I've misplaced the hat. Yeah, I've misplaced the hat. It was a really fucking good hat too. Sorry my language. It was a really good hat, yeah. And then the second thing there was, even though the game was terrible,
before you go on to that though, I just remembered.
Yeah.
I have a shirt from when Rainbow Six Patriots was a thing.
Oh yes, I got that too.
So I pre-ordered Patriots, and they gave you a shirt with a Patriots and a Rainbow Six logo on it. And I've still got it.
Yep.
It was the only bit of merch they ever released for that before they thought, you know what, no, and
they cancelled it.
Then it came into being Siege.
I remember pre-ordering that shirt at
pre-Siege days.
Yeah, I remember ordering that. It was at the EB Expo, the first EB Expo. That's when they gave me the shirt. And there was also Battlefield Hardline. When you pre-ordered Battlefield Hardline, they gave you this duffel bag as well.
Oh yeah.
Because you know how so it was like
the cops and robbers,
yeah, the cop and robbers bag. And then the other pre-order I was going to mention was the game was terrible, but the Duke Nukem they had like a hat where it had a bottle cap opener. So like it was a bottle cap opener hat as well too, even though the game was terrible. It was only worth it to get it for the hat. That's pretty much it. And there was like one pre-order that I'm still annoyed about that Australia never got because it was banned. Don't forget, it's the reason why this website exists is, Mortal Kombat 9. There was meant to be the arcade stick and everything. If you didn't get the arcade stick one, there was a Scorpion Sub-Zero bookshelf statue.
I got that.
And
yeah,
then,
I had to import all of those.
Yeah.
I had to import the Tournament Edition arcade sticks. I had to import the everything, every edition that they released in different areas. I had to pre-order it.
Yeah, I had
not
to
pre-order it, sorry, I had to import it, and I was scared because it was a banned item.
We all, yeah.
It was an actual banned, prohibited item, on customs thing, and if they did go through those boxes, it would have been confiscated.
So if anyone from customs is listening to this, just forget that last part. But we're all good.
You know what I did with my copy? I ordered an extra game through Oz Game Shop.
Oh yeah,
I ordered a copy of Tiger Woods PGA Tour, like 11 at a time, so he could go through customs with Mortal Kombat. So that's what I did. Yeah. So that's the pre-orders things. The one interesting pre-order for a terrible game, and then the 2 cancelled pre-orders for two games. So yeah.
I'm fairly boring with all that stuff. I haven't actually bought collector's editions of many games. Though my probably most memorable one is, which I like most, was the Assassin's Creed 3 one with the statues.
Nice. Yeah, that was nice.
I don't know why.
the statues used to be good back then. They're not so
That's
good.
what I was about to
They're not
say.
so good anymore.
The
I used to
statues
buy them
back
as well.
then. The statues back then were like nice attention to detail, and they actually looked really nice, and they were like
some
a
of the
solid
Ubisoft
statue.
ones have been awesome.
I would
But,
always
yeah.
buy the collector's edition at the store to get it, and then I would also go to the Ubisoft store and buy the exclusive variant of it on its own, so I would have both. But I only found out the other day they don't have the Ubisoft merch store anymore.
No, not as much now. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so yeah, I'm the same. I used to get all those, but I haven't said Syndicate. Syndicate onwards, I stopped because they got cheap and nasty.
I didn't get Syndicates, but I remember I got Brotherhood, Revelations, and 3, which they're somewhere in my shed.
Who's got the cane?
No, I didn't get the cane, unfortunately.
One of my mates has got the cane. That thing is awesome. He's like pulling it out, and it's like like a letter opener as well. Like it looks like a sword. It's so cool. I'm like, I was actually really jealous when he was showing me this. And
have you seen the
I'm
prices
like, man,
of the
I've only got
Assassin's
the
Creed
Ghost
items on
Recon
there?
Wildlands statue. Which
Have a look at EB's
I
website
really love.
right now, Whippy, and look at the Assassin's Creed Mirage
The top of the range one.
top of the range statues.
Mirage
and
or the new one?
The new one. Sorry.
The new one.
Well, what's
Red
it called?
Shadow, whatever it's
The
called.
Mirage.
Not Mirage. What's the new
Is
one
it called Shadows? Shadows?
Shadows.
Yeah.
They've got, I think, what do they got? They got a replica helmet and a blade, possibly.
Yep. Assassin's Creed Collector's Edition. So it comes with a...
No, it's not so much the
Dual
collector's
characters.
edition. It's in an individual collector's item, like a replica helmet.
Yeah, there's a $1,500 item as well. I saw.
So
About 1,500. Yeah.
there's more than that.
that. I can see the Collector's Edition's $360.
Yeah, and
I think I'd rather get a one-up machine.
just
for
type
that
in
much.
Shadows into EB Games.
Yeah.
I
Just buy a whole ass bloody arcade machine.
did see. There it is. Hey, I found it. It's about $15.99. Type in Assassin's Creed helmet. It'll come up. It's like $15.99.
Anyway, yeah, so they got that's the latest of what's going on with I don't know how the price is justified. I think if you go to the manufacturer's website, they're a lot cheaper.
Damn.
Yeah.
And I always buy the 1-to-1 replica helmets of things, but I'm not buying that.
That's mental.
Speaking of collectors, I think the last collector's edition I brought, because I usually go with steelbooks, I think the last collector's edition of a game I brought was probably Tony Hawk, the one that came with the board. That's probably the last.
Oh yeah, I got that. I got that.
Yeah, I've got that board somewhere around here.
Did you guys know about the board having different colors?
On the back?
Yeah, on the back. So each board had different colors. So there was either a blue, a purple, or a green one. I didn't know until my mate told me. He's like, "Oh, dude, what color did you get on your board?" I'm like, "What are you on about? What color did I get on my board?" And we opened up the box. Oh crap! That's not the color I wanted. They were pretty much at work. We just had to open one. Oh, okay, that's the color I want. I'll take that one.
No, I didn't know there was different colors. I think mine was blue or green.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different colors for it. Not many people knew about that. It wasn't by what console you bought. It was just all random colors as well.
Yeah,
that's probably because they just bought probably so many of one color. They had to get Had to probably make up enough numbers for the prints, so they just bought all
Those
different.
birdhouse decks are amazing anyway.
Yeah,
just saying.
because that was a good price for it too. Because you know how
Mm.
much a Birdman deck is. A Birdman deck's not cheap either. Like
Yep.
for that to get
When I
that level.
when I bought that in May, I took a photo on Instagram. Tony Hawk liked it.
Oh,
He did. If you go to my post on Instagram for that, Tony Hawk liked it.
I'm gonna go have a look at this.
Not even joking.
I need to go have a look at this too. Did you tag him or no? You just saw it?
Yeah, I
like,
tagged
oh,
him.
yeah.
No, I tagged him.
He tagged him.
Of course, I tagged him.
Subby's a big deal,
I don't
guys,
know.
if you haven't
Yeah,
already
true.
realised.
I'm pretty famous. I don't know how far down it was. It was a long time ago.
Would have been like 2021, 2020. I think maybe.
He posts a lot of things too, which is even worse.
Can't even remember which one he liked.
I'm at NBA.
It was
House of Dragons.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I don't
I'll
how
do
long-
this after stream.
Yeah, I
I'll
don't know how long that was, but yeah. Anyway, so I did take a photo of that deck and Tony Hawk himself. Liked it. How long ago was it? What date was it, Paulie?
Oh,
I'm still looking through it. I'm still trying
really?
to find it.
Yeah, I don't know where it is.
well, while you guys are looking for that,
Oh, here we go.
if you end it,
I think I found
Yeah,
it.
I'll try. Think I might have. Here we go. Going all the way down.
The one he liked. Pretty sure it was. There's one on there anywhere that he liked. I just can't remember.
this is going to be fantastic for our audio listeners.
Yeah, just let me find this picture.
Yeah, let me find the picture that you can't see.
I have proof. He liked it. Tony liked it. I
Anyway,
swear.
there's a picture on there somewhere. It might have even been on Twitter actually.
Well,
I'm
I'm
not scrolling
just,
through your Twitter.
Anyway, it's
Mate,
on one of them, and he liked it anyway. So
man, I'm just past the 2K22 where they gave you a pair of KDs there. That's where I'm still looking for. Here it is.
it might have been Twitter.
Oh,
Actually. It might have been Twitter. I don't know.
Yeah, he's telling the truth. Yeah, Tony Hawks is right
really?
there.
Is it really?
Yeah. There's the blue tick and everything. Back on September 3rd, 2020. That's how long ago it was.
September what? 3rd?
September 3rd, 2020. I'm not joking. It's right here. I'll see it.
Well, there you go. Audio visual.
Well, he's a Google
This has been
man.
confirmed.
Crisis over.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, you're right. It is that one. See, Tony Hawk. He's a good friend of mine.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. All right, that's another episode, guys. Thanks for everyone coming in. If you guys want to get us to talk about something in specific, make sure you comment below, or even comment below what your favorite collector's edition that you've picked up, merch-wise or statue-wise or whatever it was. I suppose this episode we might plug Extra Art, who's a good affiliate of ours, good partner of ours. You can use code MKAU at checkout to get 10% off your order. They pretty much get you like pretty much a photo frame and get tech and pull it all apart and put each component on the
Yeah,
on
it's
the
pretty
picture.
cool.
It looks pretty cool.
I want to get like a Game Boy one or something done where they pull it apart.
So they pull it all apart and so it's actually pretty cool. They're not actually that expensive either, which is pretty. You can get. All right, guys. Well, that's another episode done. Thank you very much, and
Thank
we'll
you.
see you next time. See you
Goodbye.
guys.
Yeah.